Howdy ho, space traveler. Welcome back to the Halcyon system and the continuing adventures of Captain Hawthorne, who is the unofficial Captain Hawthorne. My ship, full of my stuff. Alright. Okay. So I did go back to Emerald Vale for a little bit after I finished last night, just to kind of explore my own, go back through some areas, grab some loot I missed, and just kind of exploring and no mindless exploring and finding stuff. Where am I at? I'm at level 8 now, but I did find this. I found that. Old reliable heavy machine gun. It's actually really good. It's like the most powerful weapon in my inventory right now. I did use the hunting rifle for a bit. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah, I tried out some of these other. I got some other weapons here. There's a new shotgun I found. It's okay. It's okay. I think I tried the plasma rifle. Plasma rifle is really weird. It can fire, but it has like a charge up attack too, which just makes it a little slightly awkward to use. I did try out Vicar. Vicar, is it Vicar or Vicar? I still get those confused. I did bring him for a little bit and tried him out. He's okay. He's okay. So anyway, where we left off from last time. Alright, we're gonna go talk to people on the ship here, see what they think of my wonderful ship here. And then we're supposed to go to the Groundbreaker and figure out where to go from here. I'm gonna try not to go on quite as long tonight, because I started a little late here. So we'll aim for a couple hours tonight. Oh, I need to ask, I have to ask Ada about this thing. This is another companion, I believe, but I need to get that going. Alright, let me go talk to, Max. Well, we'll just call you Max. That's easy enough.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain?
Actually, I do know what the Fibonacci spiral is. In case you're wondering, you should look it up. It's actually really interesting. It's basically, if you just take like a rectangle, you split it in half, you put a curve in one half, then you take that other half, split that, put the curve in, remaining half, split the curve, add another curve, and keep splitting that rectangle down and down, and keep adding the curve, you will create a spiral. You'll create a perfect spiral. So, and it is mathematically sound. It's very interesting. Anyway, I don't remember when that was discovered. That was discovered like a long time ago. I don't remember by who. We're talking like Middle Ages, I think. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to know something about blah 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 blah. I like to know something about those I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic disposition.
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Were they not religious?
On the contrary. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
But weren't they proud when you became a vicar, at least?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
It's weird because I almost thought for a moment he was talking about the game's quest design there, which actually might actually be the basis for the whole scientism thing. I wonder, I wonder if the developers just based scientism off game quest design, because that almost sounds like what it is. Anyway, seems quite trusting you to sign off without knowing anything about me, because I'm stupid.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
But what if the book doesn't have the answers you're looking for?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
Ah, me. I am. I am a colonist on the Hope, or was on the Hope. A scientist named Wells saved me.
And how did he do that?
He... Actually, I don't know. I was frozen at the time.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I'm gonna keep pretending to be Captain Hawthorne. That's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I really have not decided what to do with Phineas right now. But for the moment, we'll say we're going along with his crazy plan. I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals. He needs to save the rest of the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
I don't know, it seems like something to do. Let's say I have some of the colonists are my friends. That sounds reasonable. My friends are on the Hope.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences.
At least I think they're my friends. They might actually all hate me. I don't know. Anyway, so any ideas where we can find someone who speaks French in this colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
A former what now?
You caught me. Listen, the OSI frowns on fraternization with philosophists. I'd like to keep my associations with our scholar friend quiet.
Seems like a bit of a long shot. What makes you so sure?
Oh, I'm anything but certain. But it's all I've got at the moment. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How is it that a simple Vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Oh, sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
Thank you, Vicar.
Whoever has been in the shower for the past 40 minutes, I am shutting off the hot water now.
Oh, who's in here? Is it Parvati? Wow, it actually is kind of wet over here. Aha! Oh. There's... Okay. I was really hoping somebody was going to be in there, like a stowaway. Alright, whatever. Party Parvati, how are you?
Sometimes I can hear Vickers saying prayers to himself. Sometimes I hear him cussing about tossball scores.
So what do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
Yeah, that's the ship's computer voice thingy. Yep.
Oh, neat! I've never seen a talkie system before. I read about them, though, in a trade magazine. Hello, I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
Hey, it's AI, yay. So what do you think, Parvati? Is this safe to fly now we got the regulator? I mean, it's a little late to ask that now, but...
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Yum yum, the nice smell of butane on a grilled cheese sandwich. Or whatever it is that you use as a plasma torch. Anyway, did you learn your trade from your father? Sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
Did your dad ever work on spaceships?
Not on the regular. Once in a great long while, a Saltuna boat would break down on the pad. He'd always bring me along for those. Mostly, he did the same as me. Kept Bess, the cannery, running. Turned loaders, plumbing and electricity, some plastering. I never got the hang of that.
It seemed like Reed seemed to have it in for you.
I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like he wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done in the right order every day. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
I mean, why? You passed the test to do that. Why would anyone be unhappy about you getting a maintenance job?
Because they were hoping their own kid would get the job and get sent back to Edgewater. When folk go away for schooling, they don't get back to where they begun. Not usually. You go straight to your first job, wherever the company's got an opening.
Sounds easy. Dull, but easy.
Real smart folk design the tests. They use these things called algorithms. They take into account what fulfills you. If somebody isn't happy in the job they get, it's likely on account of a poor attitude.
But it seems like you actually are good at this and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
So you didn't like your classes?
Oh, there were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing. Like, before they'd issue you a wrench, they wanted an essay on the design of different wrenches. Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Learn by doing. It's often a lot better to just learn by reading. I mean, it depends on a person. Some people learn differently. So, me, I prefer to learn by actually doing something. But, you know, to each their own. Whatever. So what do you do in your time off? Oh, wait, let me guess. Plants.
As soon as I got permission, I spent all my time in the machine shop. They had all manner of parts, but they didn't want me using them, so I had to sneak them sometimes. I even slept in there. Had a hammock tied up in the rafters. Before I left, I installed a little skylight for myself, so I could see the stars.
Do you ever build anything fun?
When an engine came in, I'd strip it down and rebuild it. I mostly built for myself. Custom tools, little mechanical critters to talk to. When my roommates tried to talk, I'd get so nervous I'd be drenched in sweat. It was easier for everybody when I stayed off on my own. I doubt any of them remember me now.
No. I mean, you didn't build anything fun, like, you know, a machine to slap people awake from sleep or things like that, or to wipe their butts. Or... No, I guess not. Okay, never mind. After school, you moved back to Edgewater.
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
No, did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
I know, you look like you were so busy. Alright, anyway, break time's over. I'll let you be. Yeah, you get to work, though. You're actually gonna go to work. What are you gonna do? Let's see where she's gonna go. She actually gonna work. Is she gonna work? What's she doing? Let's go into the engine. And... oh. Okay, yeah, she's actually going to work. Okay, cool. Alright. Ah, my ankles! Ow. Can I replace my legs with... my legs with cybernetic prosthetic so I don't break my ankles all the time? Be fun.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Hey, you know anything about the automechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
Hey. Well, got a minute to talk?
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
What if you don't have a power source?
I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope?
I guess so.
When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative.
And what might that be?
Traveling the system with you, Captain.
Huh. Well, what about your last captain? Do you miss him, or is one captain the same as another?
Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Well, have there been other captains of the ship? Have they also been called Hawthorne?
If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was.
Cool. Alright, let's talk about something else.
How can I be of assistance?
I'd like to learn more about the colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Well, tell me about the Groundbreaker, where we're going
We're
now.
clear to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
Can you take care of that for us?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Cool. Great, thanks.
You are more than welcome, Captain.
Okay, well, give me the spiel on the Groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Cool. Alright. Let me go check out my,
I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
Oh, but... Okay. Alright, let me go check my computer and see what I need to do for, Sam. Messages? Oh yeah, this was Thomas. Yeah, I found the last manual and gave it to him. Yeah, I know that was off stream, but whatever. It was just a minor thing. Anyway, Sam. Right. I gotta go somewhere to complete that quest. Alright, so I think that's it for the ship. For now, let's move on to the Groundbreaker. It'd be nice to sit in the chair. I think we'll talk about this.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Cool.
Hey,
Okay,
Cap.
new
Can we
place.
talk?
Oh, okay.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure, we can head over to engineering now, I guess.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
No, I'm good. Come along, my merry man and lady.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
We have been in space. But yes, okay. Past tense, Parvati, past tense.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
I noticed you were in the middle of an argument earlier.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
I heard you knock someone out with a tossball stick.
The guy insulted my Rizzo's Rangers, alright? You can't just insult my Rangers and expect to get away with it. So, of course, I decked him with a tossball stick. I mean, what am I? Some kind of fair-weather fan?
Rizzo's Rangers?
Only the finest group of tossball players ever to take the field. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
Ah. And that's when you resolved your differences like an adult, right?
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
That is me, Captain of the Unreliable.
Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
I never caught your name. I'm old.
Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
See you around, Felix.
See you around, boss.
Hey. See, I'm his boss now. He works for me. I think. That's how that works, right? People just call you boss and they're the employee now? Something, I don't know.
Huh?
Huh?
Do you mind? I'm trying to file a report.
Oh, okay, I see that. Yeah.
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down.
Something the matter?
Don't mind me, just seeing what's what.
Customs and inspection, right this way. Identification, please.
They're guarding the door, so I'll call you guard. You're welcome.
That's only about the third or fourth dumbest line I've heard all day. I give it a 6 out of 10.
Seems a little high. That was barely a 3 in my humble opinion.
I put a lot of effort into
Hey,
that.
that's better than half. Could be worse.
Could be better, too. So, identification?
Hey, well, let's say hypothetically speaking, I don't have an ID. What would you do?
Everybody's got an ID. Oh, let me guess. You, left it in your other pants? I hear that one a lot.
We'll just... Yeah, I'm Captain Hawthorne. Here you go.
Captain Hawthorne, you said.
Yes.
Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day.
No.
According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
So am I stuck here?
Not stuck, per se. You could always throw yourself out the airlock. Of course, then you'd find yourself with an exciting new problem.
Okay, any idea why my ship was impounded?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you probably riled up the wrong petty board bureaucrat. A man named Udom Bedford.
Great, I'll go talk to him and straighten this out.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Door guard.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay. Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Got it. Sure,
Much
whatever.
appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, I'm looking for somebody named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Okay. So can you tell him it's Udom Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
The board runs most of the system, don't they?
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
Sounds like a fun guy.
Really likes his cereals, too. Maybe a little too much. Bit of a weird bird, all told.
Don't see what's so wrong about liking cereals. They're fun.
Udom takes it to an, unhealthy level.
I mean, I too like breakfast cereal, but I don't go crazy about it. Anyway, can I find a job around here?
Maybe.
If I'm bored.
Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
I'm looking for something a little more local, because I can't leave.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me.
I can do that.
Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Got it. Thanks.
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
Yes, guard.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain, matter I'd like to attend to, Captain.
Okay. Alright, that's all I need to know for now.
All right.
I guess I'll talk to him more later. See you later.
Be seeing you.
Okay. Alright, what? We go this way? Alright. Alright, we'll go do what, Mr. Bigcart wants what? Oh, what? A quest to big requires you to enter a restricted area. Caught inside, you will be shot on sight. Using the disguise, we're in immediate hostilities. Oh,
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
Yeah.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No
The
one
ID
lives on
cartridge.
Monarch.
Okay, ID cartridge, use of holographic shroud, and I'll be on like disguise when entering the associated restricted area.
It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
Yeah, this will be a good test of the holographic
No, seriously.
shroud
There was
thing.
a lot of static at
I want to
first,
see how this
but
works.
then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that?
I am curious about one thing though. Does the holographic shroud only apply to the player character? Will it apply to my companions too? I guess we're gonna find out. Oh, we have a disguise activated. Holographic shroud is activated, giving you temporary access to this area. Moving will drain the shroud's energy. When it runs out, personnel will see and interrogate you. Talk about interrogation or to reset the shroud. Or talk away at the more you're interrogated. Okay, so we have a time. I have to be efficient with my movements here. So it looks like I just go straight ahead and around the corner.
Keep your sights out, friend.
That was the wrong corner. Where is this thing? It's through here.
Great work.
Don't worry, I belong here.
There it is. Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest. Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up. Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
You hesitated there. Vicar? What aren't you telling me?
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
This all seems awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Sounds good. Let's get out of here. Yay. Okay. And nobody was the wiser. Alright. That requires me to go to Monarch. So let's do this.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
But I like the adverts.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Bud. A soft, sour candy shell around a sweet purpleberry flavored center. Suck it, chew it, you can do it.
Wish we had bigger weapons. But no. Be careful about blowing holes in the hull. Huh.
It's always fucking freezing in the bays.
It just me, or has it been deader than usual around here?
Chief wants to reduce board traffic. Give tramp freighters more paths.
Are there enough trams in Halcyon to make up the difference?
Build shells. Look like a shop.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
Let me see what you have. I would like to upgrade to a Deadeye assault rifle at some point. It's an upgraded rifle, but you know, I'm okay for the moment. Automag pistol. I would like to sell you this axe I don't really need.
Ooh, someone has got to talk with Chief Tennyson about the thermostat around here. Whew, ain't gonna be me. So, you buying?
What's the benefit of modifying my weapons? I already know this, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Why, it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? Extended ammo magazine and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire.
So if I change my mind, can I take a mod off or replace it?
No and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it, the originals tend to snap like plastic toys.
That sounds very inefficient. Does modifying a weapon void the warranty?
A what? Sorry, hon. Here at Bell's Shells, we just don't discuss impolite topics, and WARRANTIES tops the list.
Yay. I already know how to do modifications. I think this is just tutorial for players that don't know yet.
So, what can I get you?
Yeah, okay, I'm good.
You learn to keep your eyes to yourself in my job. Nobody wants you looking for
Waste disposal.
I'm not going anywhere, you hear?
Oh. I think that's somebody. Who's that?
You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene?
You kind of are.
See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place.
What's this about your friend?
Let me get one thing straight. Jesse and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Wait, you don't even like her, but you're checking in on her?
You say that like it's weird.
But why bother?
Like I said, Jesse did me a favor, and now I owe her one. I just don't like to leave a debt unpaid, that's all.
Well, maybe I can look on Jesse.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Don't worry. I am an expert in whatever this is.
What seems to be the problem?
I would like to see Jesse Doyle.
If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her.
The records say. Have you actually spoken to her yourself?
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying.
What do you have for... Can I buy supplies from you? You seem well stocked.
Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
How do you mean?
We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable.
Well, see you around.
Take care.
Well, I tried. That didn't work. Can I just walk in? No, I'll just I'll just do it things this way. I'll walk in here and see what's going on. Who's that? I'm sick person.
Slow day, huh?
Yep, slow day.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
I don't know, maybe.
To the last ratted on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Ellie sent me.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
She is worried about you. A lot. Teehee.
Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've gotta do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
So, what did you do that got you in trouble?
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear.
Yet you think the board had someone follow you, and now you're hiding out.
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
So, what does that have to do with the board?
Udon was my buyer for when I'd acquired the diamond. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent.
Well, Ellie asked me to help you, so that's what I'm planning to do.
Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
I'll talk to Udon, because I'm going to talk to him anyway.
Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Cool. Let's see. Oh, and I'm having fun with dialogue. I'm going to bump dialogue up a little bit more. And tech skills. Maybe another point of defense. Sure. Okay. Now we leave. Find me, everything's normal here. Okay, hold on.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Wheeler says your shipment won't be coming in soon.
He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
Who's Irion?
Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits.
What do you need mechanicals for?
Surgery, mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker.
Why is that?
The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people, we can't hire anyone. Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. But we've only 2 heads between us, and we don't know everything.
Well, I guess I could try to find them.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Well, that would require me leaving, which I can't do yet.
Any word on Jessie?
Yeah, she's a thief. She's in debt to the board and thinks someone's after her. I guess I'm gonna handle it.
Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
Well, I will see you around. Who or what are you?
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
Okay. Hey, you work for Spacer's Choice. You ever been to Edgewater?
Heard of it. My orientation Aetherwave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
No, not so bad. They're struggling, but they got good hearts. Kind of.
That's true.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay.
That's a Spacer's Choice beer. Take what you have, polish it up, and make the best of it. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too.
I have to ask you about the hat.
I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the top hat. I want the top hat. Where can I get a hat like yours?
You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice! Taste the freedom!
Sounds good. You doing all right in there?
Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as Spacer's Choice is affordable.
Can you even see in there?
I can see all of the top quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price.
But what if you have to brush your teeth?
Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Sprat Wash, Mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development.
Hey, do you miss eating solid food?
Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of Groundbreaker, or anywhere in the Halcyon Colony.
Do you have to sleep with that on?
Trouble sleeping? Try our Lunar Eclipse Mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy brew. The blast will send you through the stratosphere, and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed.
Does Spacer's Choice make you wear that?
Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and the proceeds will be donated to Spacer Cares, our premier corporate welfare program. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat.
Do you need me to help you get out of there?
Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint.
I am addressing the man behind the mask. Are you okay?
Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job, it may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but They're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be.
I'm sorry if I pushed you too hard, Martin.
It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not shouldn't buy anything. I'm gonna go. Bye. Rest and go. Hotel.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hardworking citizens. This is Halcyon News, reminding you that there's no I in news, no we in Halcyon, and no Mercury in Saltuna.
Hold on. Boink. Oh, I bounce off people. Boink. Boink! Oh, I keep missing. Sometimes it'd be easier if I could actually see my feet, but... Woohoo! Alright, anyway. Let's move on with the quest here. Gotta go this way.
CNP Force Pockets can be microwaved in 2.5 seconds. Force Pockets.
Rat worst. Engineering, okay. What? Oh, look, you know, I was just thinking, why don't they just have robots do the vendoring? And then they could just program all the slogans into the robots.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information
Nope.
leading to the capture of noted
Don't know who that is.
Report any sightings to your local
Yeah,
board
no
embassy.
one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junlei's ship. You don't know
You show him,
shit.
Parvati, push him out of the way.
Step back. I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
The Mardettes would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
Look, just get out of here before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Whatever. We got a date at the Lost Hope anyway.
Is this really what you want to be doing with your life, Marcy? Guarding stairs for that walking mustache Udon fucking Bedford? I gotta get off this detail.
Wonder what's playing at the Bijou Review this week.
Carry on.
Okay. Let's go talk to the engineer.
Have
here.
you seen this man? Reward
Yeah.
offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells.
Oh, hazy in here.
This is how
Those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you. When you were sick, who took your temperature?
Good law, the heat in here is so unbearable I can hardly even concentrate. Junlei better hurry up with those damn repairs already.
Have you given your auntie a hug today?
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
I mean, you might have to strip down to be comfortable in here. But sure, you can have it, I guess.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
I'm captain of the Unreliable, although my ship's a bit grounded at the moment.
I heard we had someone in impound. Wish I could help. I gave the bureaucrats a motive authority over freight traffic, and it rankles them good when I challenge it. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
Copy that, Chief.
At ease. Nice to see an outsider with some working brain cells.
I have some.
So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Once I get out of impound, I'm bound for Monarch.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Now, my friend here, Parvati, you wanted to talk to Junlei? She's right here, go ahead.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Nice job, Parvati.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
It seems kind of warm in here, so what's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
So why haven't you fixed that yet?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Well, is there no room for compromise?
None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive.
Why don't you just open a window and let some of the heat out? Well, okay, yeah, I know why, but... You can't radiate the heat out in the space? Actually, no, you can. It's a little hard. It's not that simple, actually. Never mind. I'm too smart. Damn it, I need to be more stupid. Anyway, you need a contract to work this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
The back bays? Am I supposed to know where that is?
Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
You can't get these parts anywhere else?
You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes that kind of trade. That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. I've already given them the shops, the docking fees, and a damn embassy.
Okay, well, their negotiations sound like a bureaucratic coup.
Damn right. And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls to me to preserve this ship's independence.
Now, have you ever tried sending anyone down there to get these parts?
I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable.
Dispensable. None taken.
Nice and pragmatic. Thanks for understanding.
Alright, I will get you those parts in the back bay.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Yes. Alright.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend?
You should clear out. Engineering's a dangerous place to wander until we get those radiators fixed.
Brands and products.
Okay, why don't we do this?
Military service does not guarantee full employment rights.
We've done a lot of talking so far, so let's go do some action. I'm itching to use my gun.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
You know what? I have an idea. Why don't you put that down before you incinerate the entire deck?
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
I'm here for some parts. Jun Lee sent me.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew.
So, can I grab that part then?
You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
But those parts are leaking deadly toxins. I'll just come back after you're dead.
Under its skin, this ship is all poison and darkness. Lead bones, asbestos muscle. Maybe you're right. You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way.
Got it. Thanks, McRed. Cool. I'm glad we peacefully sorted that out. But I was totally prepared to blast you in the face. And I'm gonna take stuff. Fine.
Outflow pipes.
Red gave me a taste of the good stuff.
arms.
Aw, they're just...
My backside's still smarts. Does everyone get branded when they join McRed's?
Nope. Your ass is a priceless canvas now that it's home to an original McRed.
Where's this thing? Oh, I'm on the wrong side.
Wake up. There's no such thing as a pizza. It's all over.
Quietly now.
Yeah, excuse me, get out of the way. Ah, okay.
Fantastic, we've got them. Now we can move on to cleaner pastures.
Yes, cleaner pastures.
It's so cozy.
What's this? Oh, this is a... Oh, this is the old colony part of this ship.
You get that automech patch? McRed wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Don't give it.
Okay, well, that was easy. Just bluffed my way in here. I'm sorry, we didn't get to shoot my gun. Maybe next time I'll shoot my gun.
This is Halcyon News.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed.
Got the parts for the... I got the part for the radiator. What now?
Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Oh, cool. Now I get to use my gun. Define slight?
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go down there and kill them.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Do.
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators. You don't need to kill the manticore, but I'd be mighty grateful if you did. I've got this thing about giant insects.
Here we go!
Yeah. We can handle some bugs.
Look at us!
Ah. Fire.
Good news? Song tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next.
Oh, cool. I'll get to shoot more things.
Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Cool.
System alert beginning.
Here they come!
Probably can handle it. She's got the lightning gun. She's like really good at killing machines now. No, can't go that way.
Unexpected.
Oh!
Try something else!
Oh, I think... Oh, they both got knocked out. Wow. Okay, that thing must be kind of powerful. Get my assault rifle ready.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pods.
Oh, you're fine.
That means just look for a command. Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you things.
Do.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Cool. So what's it like being in command around here?
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
So the ship is a family business.
Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gaying, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer.
So, was it a big change at that transition to command?
It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who could answer the tough questions for me. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
So aren't you a little young to be training a successor?
You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when.
Maybe Parvati here could always help you shoulder the burden she could take over.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out.
By the way, where's the self-destruct mechanism?
I hope that was a joke, Captain. I really do.
Ha ha ha.
I gelded that thing years ago. Now it brews a stim that goes down stronger than Nan or Spank. Family recipe.
Okay, back to my other
You've got my attention.
questions. You don't have a lot of faith in the board.
You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
So how do you keep the board at a safe distance?
I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change.
Okay.
You've got my attention.
We will be on our way. Level up. Da, da, da. Let's see. I think I should maybe try to bump that up. Let's see, what should I get now? I just do a flat base increase in my armor. Yeah, we'll just take a flat increase in my armor. That'll be fine. And I guess that unlocks tier 2 now. Okay. Yeah, just give them more health so they don't die as quickly. Alright, sounds good. Okay, so now...
This is Halcyon News.
You aiming to send a message? If so, we best do it now while we still got time.
While we run out of time, you head somewhere?
Me? No. But our relaying capabilities? That's on the final countdown. We're going offline in 3, 2, 1.5... No. Wait, I've lost track of my weeks. Maybe it was 36 or... sometime dire soon.
All these numbers are confusing me.
They're beside the point. I just mean, you got limited time before the equipment goes non-functional. You see? Our primary relay station's soon to be occluded by a gas giant. Happens every 40 years or thereabouts. The event's forecasted to last for months, during which we'll lose signal to the station.
That'll put the whole system in a right dire situation.
We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline some months ago. We can't spare people for routine maintenance.
How are you cut off by losing one relay station?
Well, we wouldn't be utterly and completely blacked out, but we'd lose the majority of our comm traffic for sure. Ships and colonies on Terra 2 need a clear line from their communications towers to the Groundbreaker for the transmissions to make it through. If it's not clear, they transmit to the closest relay station, which stores the message, then passes it along when our orbits align.
Can't ships relay messages to each other?
That they can, and they do. But only between ships owned by the same corporation. No corp will authorize sending messages through a ship owned by a rival. And no corp will relay messages for the Wildcat freighters, not without charging them more than they'll make in a single haul anyway. That's why we're the message hub. The Groundbreaker's neither corporate owned nor board controlled. Our comms are neutral.
What about the other auxiliary relay stations?
The others won't be in orbital range during the occlusion event. Isn't it some law of the universe? The relay I gotta rely on is, of course, the one on the Fritz.
Well, sounds like a time to get the auxiliary station back online.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally got the chief to approve the budget for a diagnostic expedition. But allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the relay station keeps getting denied by Junlei. The chief.
Well, she's in a good mood. I could just ask her now. Alright, I could check out the relay. No need for the official sign-off in that case.
I should say no, but why not? Maybe you can figure out why it's offline. I'll send you with an equipment manual. Hopefully we'll get lucky, or I'll get my approval in time.
Hope you don't mind if I borrow that manual when you're done with it, Captain. I could do with some leisure reading.
Oh, and I'll need you to retrieve a copy of the relay's backup data. I gotta forward any messages from Earth stored in the memory. Better late than never, eh?
Well, wait. You just let messages from Earth sit in memory on an orbital relay?
It's not like they're in high demand. Most tend to be adverts on new products, meaning only folks in Byzantium can afford them. I'm sure the station's got a stack of junk messages just waiting for me to sort through.
I'm off. I assume that means that requires leaving Groundbreaker, but which I'm not going to be able to do right now. Okay, so where am I at here? That I don't think I can't do right now. Can't do that. Take a Parvati back on the ship sampling, okay. Force contact. Go talk to Udon, okay. Ilion, skill level, can't go there. Yep, can't go there yet. Laddie's shop. Is that here? Oh.
unbelievable how good it is.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your
As you were.
scheduled advertisement. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Phineas sent me. He said you could sell a nav key to Stellar Bay?
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
10,000? Yeah, I don't have that. Man, no one's ever found my bits lacking.
You've certainly been blessed with an abundance of sass, haven't you? But it's your interstellar currency I'm interested in, not your nethers.
Okay. Any chance with discounts since Phineas sent me?
Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
So, is that a no?
Bless your heart.
Alright, tell me about the opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
No qualms here, let's hear the details.
Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Oh no. A ghost message.
Aren't you precious? No. The young man on the video was flesh and blood, all right.
Could be it was automated. Mr. Thompson used to automate the intercom in Edgewater to say all sorts of things. A bit saved is worth two in the bush was his favorite. Never did figure out what he meant.
Edna didn't seem to think so, and I trust the dear girl's judgment. Well, maybe not in men, but she knows her comms. So, like as not, someone's been down there recently. And if someone set up shop in Roseway, I'd wager they got something to hide.
Well, sounds like an opportunity, all right.
I appreciate a man who knows one when he hears it. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
So you need someone to snoop around for you.
My goodness, aren't you quick on the uptake? I like that. Should
You
you
like me a
find
lot.
yourself responding to a certain distress call, and in so doing find yourself in possession of certain valuable corporate secrets, well, then we ought to have a chat over a pot of tea and my famous cookies.
You can count on me.
Law bless your atoms. Here's a copy of the SOS recording complete with the coordinates. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
Hey, what you got for sale?
I've got a lovely little throw pillow. Just something I toss together. Like to keep my hands busy.
Do you have cookies? Oh, yeah, but wow, that's a powerful pistol. I could buy it, actually. I have enough bits. I have 7,000. Should I? It's a unique pistol. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
You think Gladys is gonna make us listen to the rerun of The Chairman's Children again?
Maybe. 50s. For cookies, you know.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
Yeah. Well. Shh. What he said. Or. Let's go. Oh, it's a big handgun. I think I'm back in the... Yeah, I'm back in medical. Yeah, I'm in the back of the medical play. Okay. Or... security. Oh, where am I? What the hell is this?
Nicely done.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Let's just go back down here.
This is Halcyon News. Regularly scheduled advertising for the following story.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was this your room? I'll just move along.
We all
Wait,
want
this
new
is
neighbors from
almost
Halcyon.
certainly my room. That's my underwear on the
Studies
floor.
have shown that a controlled population is inversely proportional to consuming. Fewer colonists means there's more paradise for the rest of us to enjoy. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
You couldn't pay me to visit Monarch. I'd probably get my face eaten off.
Okay, so... I'm gonna go talk to this... I gotta talk to this guy over here. I'm kind of putting it off. I know there's some other stuff I can explore in this area. I just haven't looked at it yet. So we'll get around to it here. I'm gonna go talk to this guy before I run out of time here.
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent. Well, mostly.
I think
Mostly.
everything in here is worth more than I made in my whole life.
Even the floor. Hey.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he.
But no, I am he.
Something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Well, Alex is dead.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
Forget Alex. Why'd you impound my ship?
I impounded Alex's ship, not yours. Well, I guess it's yours now if you're captaining it. It's a game we play, he and I. I ask him to turn in Phineas Wells, he tells me he will soon. I impound his ship, he explains why he can't give me the info right now. I ask him to turn in Wells. Around and around we go.
Thrilling. Anyway, about my ship.
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Why do you think I'd know anything about Wells?
Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table?
Well, why is the board so interested in Wells anyway?
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Alex never mentioned Phineas Wells. Because he was dead before I came across him.
That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
Yes. What was that about the board having your head?
It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal.
Stop playing coy, Bedford.
I don't intend to be. It's just a matter of trust.
Well, how can I win your trust, Finn?
Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's my white whale, I suppose.
Sorry, I don't know.
It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work.
Actually, I'm here about Jessie Doyle. I want to see her debt settled.
Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
Can't she work for you until she earns back what she owes?
I believe the captain is proposing an indenture contract.
I didn't say nothing about her teeth. She's got to be worth more alive than dead.
That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate?
I mean, none, I suppose, but if she doesn't show up for work, I guess you kill her like you planned?
I'm not sure the price of her organs will allow a profit in that case. I expect her liver is, used goods, as it were. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
I wanted to ask you something else.
Be my guest.
So what do you do here exactly?
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands.
Big fish in a small space station. Nice setup.
I have few complaints.
So can you get me to Stellar Bay?
Good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit?
So is that a no?
No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no.
Could have just said no. Didn't have to make it about being unquibbable.
Do you have somewhere else to be, by any chance?
So has it gotten less stiflingly hot in here lately?
You refer to the radiator issue? Oh, goodness, it was dreadful. I was sweating constantly. Chief Tennyson certainly did take her time resolving it.
I fixed it, actually.
I owe you a debt, then. I was going through 3-4 shirts a day. Still, that Tennyson woman. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
She did everything she could. It was your people's fault, not Junlei's.
My, aren't you, excitable.
Please don't call her excitable. She's normally very coy.
Oh, sweetie. I don't owe a grease-stained wrench jockey like her the time of day, let alone my deference.
Take it back now, pretty please.
I'm sorry, my temper got away from me. Please accept my sincerest apologies to you and your friend.
Thanks for the EXP. Does that work for you, Parvati?
Oh, I'm not used to folks saying sorry. It's not all right exactly, but I appreciate the apology, I guess.
Well, now that that's dealt with, was there anything else you wanted to discuss?
So, why you have armed guards in here?
Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course.
A piece of what? Is there pie around here? I want some.
I'll admit, you've caught me quite off guard. No, I'm afraid there isn't any pie to be had.
That's fine. I prefer cake.
No, the
I don't reckon
cake.
that's quite what Mr. Udom meant, Captain.
There's
Anyway,
no cake. Cake's a lie.
Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status, and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign.
You keep calling offices on their promenade benign?
When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course, but I can't say I much care.
So, what are those locked doors in the back?
A
What's behind
luxury
them?
stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use.
So, you get to play butler to the big guy. Fun.
To serve at our most esteemed chairman's behest is an honor, and one I'm most thankful for. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use. Ask away.
Bye.
Wonder what's playing at the Bijou Review this week.
The last day of this posting can't come soon enough. Does that dome look safe to you?
Alright. Not here. Oh, yeah, I can go talk to Jesse here. Green. Boink.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being right. That's nice too.
Hey, about that debt. You want the good news or the bad news?
Got word from Udom, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. Seems I'm indentured to the board now.
Yeah, that's the bad news.
I ain't too elated about going exclusive, but it's better than winding up dead. You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie are cleared.
Alright, watch yourself while I'm gone.
The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better than average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off.
You really don't like owing people, do you?
It's like people touching a cookie and leaving it in the box. It's just one of those things that gets under my skin.
Are you saying you'll work for me just because I helped Jesse?
If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version.
Well, what exactly did Jesse do for you anyway?
She helped me win a bet.
And what was that bet?
We were on a smuggling run planetside when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a mantisaur.
And?
And, as you can probably guess, the thing was faster than it looked. Probably would have caught me if Jesse hadn't picked it off.
So, she saved your life.
Yeah, but the important thing is I won the bet.
Well, welcome aboard, Ellie. You will be the chief medical officer of the ship. Go.
You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain.
Well, just meet me on my ship. It's docked by Promenade.
Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Dr. Fenhill, glad you opted to join us. It'll be good to have a Sawbones on the crew.
Hey. Okay. You got another companion. View distrusted on calling on the ship. Alright, I guess. Alright, I got a little bit of time. I'm gonna take a quick peek at the other things here on Groundbreaker. I'm sure there's other quests to do here. Let me see what's on this side of everything.
Renegade company. Sounded dire. They call it Monarch.
This place.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Some townships are used to make a statement regarding...
Yes, bathrooms. Oh, I didn't say this.
I've seen you limping a bit. You all right, Mr. Vicker? Need us to slow down?
What are you implying? I am perfectly fit. My knee is just acting up.
There's no shame in being older, Mr. Vicker. Don't worry. The captain and I'll take care of you.
Yeah, I'm old too.
I need neither your advice nor your pity, young lady.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Lost Hope, our little tribute to the mystery.
Yeah, I've done work for Sublight. Need to pay the bills somehow.
A new face. What's your pleasure, stranger?
All the traders in the system come through here. Heard anything interesting?
I hear tell some folk down in the townships are getting offered early retirement. Who'd think of such a thing? What would you do with all the time? What ain't I got?
Yeah, what don't you got? Let me sell you my junk. Okay. Oh, I could steal the poster. I'm not gonna do that. Waste disposal.
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go?
It goes into the void.
How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch, okay?
But you said you were going to stay up there. It's a garbage chute. But you know what? The real question is, where is it all coming from? Like, people are throwing trash out constantly.
C&P Borsted Baked Beans. When you need to eat and run, Borsted Baked Beans is the only one.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen?
What's a spratwurst exactly?
You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terra-fry them in their own juices.
Oh, is a spratwurst like a borschtwurst? Borschtwurst? I've seen that a lot.
Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike.
Now, what does terra-fry mean?
Terra-frying is a Spacer's Choice brand secret. A mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry.
Is spratwurst your own invention or what?
Legally? No. The terra-frying method was developed and marketed by Spacer's Choice. Between you, me, and this grinder, I've been through lean times. If there's one thing you learn on tramp freighters, it's how to make near anything edible. Might be that this old space hand put a few words in the right ears, and could be that Spacer's Choice liked sticking it to C&P by R&Ding our own special meat.
Alright, that's enough talk.
Just as well. Near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm-fresh sprats.
Yes. What do you
Fresh
sell?
from the grinder, any hour.
Fresh from the grinder. Terra-fried spratwurst. And dehydrated water. Alright, cool. Ah, here's the grinder. Yeah. Yeah, at least we know it's made from real sprats and not fake sprats.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons, for those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull.
Are you a spacer yourself?
Not me, but it's in my blood. After the crossing, my family worked Eridanos, indentured to the corporations.
Go on.
I was born into corporate labor, but I'm the first one of my family to buy my way out. That's why I settled on Groundbreaker. It's the last bastion of freedom.
Well, tell me more about your wares.
Everything I sell is fresh from the forge. Technically, the metal formed billions of years ago, but it's freshly in this shape.
Alright, what you got? Vortex mace. That's the other thing is I'm not really sure whether there's any like neutral armor I can wear. I mean, I guess what I have on is probably good enough. I think these are all mainly Groundbreaker armor, which I guess probably would be a more neutral faction. Things I think I can sell. Picked up an extra bolter pistol I don't really need. Oh, goggles. These are unique. Oh, yeah, I'll hang on to that. Alright. I didn't even know I had that.
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. This unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
Aren't you just a glorified vending machine?
This unit is programmed to simulate shock at such assertions. Shock simulation non-functional. A trouble ticket has been filed.
Good. Actually, you know what? Let me take a look at that. Maybe I can fix it. Let me just hit you over there.
Shock simulation restored. Initiating shocked subroutine. How dare you? Shocked subroutine
Good
complete.
job.
Estimated guilt level of customer increased by 35%. Resuming protein dispensation protocol. This unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
Sure.
Beginning dispensing sequence. Please unblock all relevant facial protein ingestion tubes.
Triple pasta. Ketchup. Bag of two Buccaneers. Pipe patch. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, none of that sounds appealing.
Have you seen this man? Reward
Nope.
offered for information leading to the capture of
Jesus.
terrorist beneath ground. Report any sightings.
Okay, why do I still have a marker over here? What is this? What am I doing over here?
It's almost time for today's episode of The Chairman's Children. Care to listen with me?
Talk about opportunity?
Yes, dearie?
What'd you want me to do again? I
Take that
forgot.
darling ship of yours down to Roseway, where that distress signal I told you about came from, and ferret out some tasty corporate secrets for old Gladys. Shouldn't be too tough for a fella like you, I'd think.
Yeah. Something
What do
else?
you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom?
You mentioned Groundbreaker is outside the board's control.
That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss June Lay.
How do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will.
Okay.
Go right ahead, sweetheart.
Now, why'd the board recall Stellar Bay nav keys?
Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence.
What makes you think that?
Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess.
Are there still people down there?
Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Some man hooting and hollering about the light in us all. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch, but who knows if that's true. Might be true. Might be some new trick from the board.
So what do you do here? I should already know this.
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I buy and sell items that require discretion to dispose of. Knickknacks. Curios. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
I'm not sure that's entirely legal.
That's half the reason I make them, my dear. But that's not what you wanted to talk about, is it, dear?
Thanks for your time.
Any time, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
I gained a purple berry
Here,
punch?
take a candy with you.
Oh, okay. Why is she highlighted? I'm a little confused. Weapons from the void? Yeah, but why? I'm confused here.
Gracious. I
Why
was
does
just
the
sitting
game want
down
me to
for
talk
tea.
to her?
Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler.
Oh, maybe I'm supposed to buy this. Better data pad. There's my archive cartridge. I don't know what that's for, but I guess I'll take it. Okay, that was it. So now we
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled
oh, it's
path
up there.
for the following story.
Behind here. The hell is this thing? How do I get back there? I have to go back down here and around over here. Okay. Ah.
Step lively, Ms. Holcomb.
I'm not winded. Honest. My, boot was untied.
Would hate for you to get left behind, or architect forbid, become lost.
Oh, I see. I gotta get up there. Stupid.
Somebody was trying to fix this up, but looks like they ain't been here in a long while. Poor old sweetie.
A big robot. Prismatic hammer.
Now, I don't say this lightly, but that is a work of sheer universal beauty.
Is it? So what exactly does he do? Science weapon. The ultimate hammer. Well, I guess I could try it out.
I heard
Oh, it kind of stuns them. But...
You guys all right?
Oh, they got it. Oh, it switches damage types. That's what it does. See, it's electric now, normal, and fire. Interesting, okay. Okay. Alright, I think that's probably enough. We can probably go back to the ship now.
You don't seem to like traveling with us much.
Why in the architect's name would you say that?
It's just that you're real grouchy. Kinda all the time?
I'm not grouchy, I'm just irritated by inane questions.
Yeah, see, when you say it like that, it makes me wonder.
You two, get along.
If it isn't the savior of Groundbreaker, what can I do for you?
Hello, guard.
Be seeing you.
Hey, that pad down there, with the lights off, there are people unloading a ship.
Probably another sublight contract haul.
Alright, let's head back to the ship. I'm sure Jesse probably has something to say.
Hey,
Oh,
you got a
Felix,
second?
what are you doing?
Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
You're pretty eager to throw in with somebody you barely know.
Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
Is a temperament an option? No. Oh, okay, Felix. Consider this your interview.
Sure, an interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like.
Are you good in a fight?
Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise.
What's the value of pie?
It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust? Maybe with a little cream on top? Classic.
That's an acceptable answer. So what's your biggest flaw?
Foreman told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker.
But you're okay with a dumb captain, right? If so, then perfect, you are hired.
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
Alright, we'll see you in the ship, Felix.
I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
You got a crew now, Felix.
Yay, we have a crew now. I actually didn't realize he was a companion. I thought he was just some random dude. But fine, sure, whatever. We'll take it.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
What? Already? No. Whatever shall I do? I stop arguing about religion.
Hey, Max.
What?
You really think we all have a purpose? That everything happens for a reason?
It's not really that simple, but yes, fine. Anything else?
If that's the case, is it my purpose to annoy you, or yours to be annoyed by me?
Go away.
You can't deny fate, Vicar.
You good?
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
I like how everybody else stood up to watch in the background. Let's talk about the thing. You know, that thing with the thing you want to do?
Yes, I've been meaning to discuss exactly that. Now that we know where, the scholar is, when will we be searching him out?
As soon as we can, I promise. You found that interesting?
Good to see you, boss.
So, how'd you end up on the Groundbreaker? Because I completely forgot.
Didn't I tell you? I'm secretly the chairman's
Oh,
orphan
yeah.
child.
The
abandoned
Groundbreaker,
at
sorry.
birth in the back bays.
Wow, really?
No, boss, not really. I was what's the word? Deflecting. Honestly, before you picked me up, I was living in the back bays. Spent my whole life up there, watching ships roll in and take off. I always wondered when my ship would come. I was what folks on the Groundbreaker call a stowaway. Means I was invisible. Life carried on for everybody else, but not for me. I had to make my own way.
I mean, I had a hard time believing you were invisible to anybody.
Yeah, because I got sick of being ignored. Got sick of being a nobody. So yeah, I made some noise. Got in a couple scraps. Nobody else in the Groundbreaker is going to look after you. So you had to look after yourself. Learned that real quick.
Yeah, I guess that's just how it is in this colony. Nobody seems to give a damn about anybody.
That's exactly what I've been saying. The system doesn't care about the individual. We're only as valuable as our jobs. Hauling boxes was about the only work I could find. Hated every second of it. Foreman and I never got on.
Ah, right, the incident with the tossball stick.
Could be I was overreacting. A better man might have turned the other cheek. Exercised a little bit of that, what's the word? Restraint? But on the other hand, broadsiding the jackass with a tossball stick, that felt good. That felt real good. You ought to try it.
I'm not good enough, Amelita. No. Well, if we have a disagreement, I expect you to be civilized.
Oh, I can do civilized. Proper civilized, too. Genuflecting and everything. I caught a real lucky break. If you hadn't picked me up, I'd still be back at the docks, waiting for the day my ship arrives.
Oh, I'm glad you're not wasting your life hauling boxes.
Yeah. I guess my ship did arrive in the end. I've got you to thank for that. Thanks for listening, boss. Let's get going.
Yeah. By the way, there's some boxes down below. I need you to deliver upstairs and then take them back downstairs again. And then I'll need you to take them back down again. And back up, yeah. Which one is this? Oh, this... It's distressed. Is this Ellie's room? Give you tetanus. Yeah, I guess this must be Ellie's. Okay, this is Max's room. I mean, the other guy's room. I forgot his name already. Bond's not the answer. Bond's just the question. The answer is yes, Felix. Yes, Felix's room.
Something on your mind?
Well, I mean, we're gonna work together. I'd like to know more about you.
I'm a surgeon by training and a pirate by inclination. Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade and the smell of Spacer's Corona. I make a mean zero-G cocktail and I've got a meaner right hook.
What's a zero-G cocktail?
It's a mix of whatever you've got on hand. Usually zero-G brew with some Spectrum vodka if you're lucky, purple berry shake if you're not.
That sounds disgusting, actually.
Out on the edge of the Aether, we learn to make do with what we've got. No room for fancy predilections.
Do you have much experience contracting out with other captains?
Sure do. Some of it was even legal.
Ah. So you weren't joking about being a pirate?
What gave it away? It's the hair, right? Or maybe the ammo belt? I had it custom made.
Wait, you want to look like a pirate?
Gotta advertise your business somehow. I've done all types of work with all kinds of crews. If there's one thing you ought to know about me, it's that I won't tell you your business. Your ship, your way.
I mean, that sounds reasonable.
Glad to hear it. It's worked for me this long.
Yeah.
No complaints
Okay.
here.
We'll talk more later. In here, sometimes mining cartridge. Weapon. Alright, I guess I'll check in my Parvati. Where is she? Oh, she's in here.
Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on something real quick?
Wait, is the ship about to blow up?
What? No. If it were, I'd be hollering loud enough to wake the dead. So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages, I got him here on my datapad, and well, she sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet.
How bad can it be?
She rhymed compression alternator with aches to meet her. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. And the trouble goes away. It sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. Made my chest hurt, kinda.
Oh, but in a good way. So Junlei wants you to give her a tune-up. I don't get it.
It's like a metaphor, Captain. I think? Oh, see, this is why poetry throws me off my bearings. If it ain't a metaphor, that worries me more.
Well, it sounds like she likes you.
I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways, not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't. I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold.
I mean, everybody's different. Don't worry about it.
When folks start implying you're a little different from an automechanical, you start to wonder. I guess I just needed to talk. I'm feeling a touch better. Thanks for hearing me out, Captain. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now. Okay, here we go.
Yes, together. Let's see what it is. Yes.
Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, well, that went downhill fast. You're rough.
They were... close, Captain. Like, more than friends close.
They were close, but not anymore.
I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? The Lost Hope?
Yeah, that's what you want. Next time we go back to the Groundbreaker, drinks are on me.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be ready.
But that's not going to be right now. Yeah, I think that's probably all I can really do right now. The game wants me to go elsewhere. So, yeah, there's places I can go next. Relay, Skilla. Denise's lab? Monarch. Okay, well. Alright, there are places I can go next time, so probably do that. I don't see anything to talk about with Ada here.
How can I be of assistance?
Anything new to talk about? Picked up this distress call. Can you play it back? Oh, okay, yeah, we'll see what
Yes,
this is.
Captain.
Yeah.
Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No! No, no, no!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Alrighty. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. Alright, so that was Groundbreaker. Got a few questions. We're being sent off to other places now. We have access to other places in the system. And Parvati's got a crush on the captain of the Groundbreaker. Alright. Anyway, that's I only got two more companions now. So I guess we'll see what they're about next time. So anyway, that's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed, and I will continue this next time. Bye-bye.